This morning, Jeff and I are heading up to one of my favorite spots to go mining. We're going to go do a little bit of sniping. Now, it's been a while since I've done a sniping video, so I thought, well, I'd run down on what I'm going to be taking today to go up, because when you go sniping, you're going to be covering ground, so you try to travel as light as you can. Now it's early in the year, so I'm going to be taking my 7 mil wetsuit, well it's 6'5", 7 mil. Semi-dry is a one-piece suit. It's a nice suit. It's a little on the heavy side, but this time of year, early in the year, that water's it's not really cold, but you spend all day in it, it gets cold. Let me show you the tools I'm going to be taking. These are the tools we'll be bringing today. Got a pair of locking tweezers. I like the locking tweezers because that way when you get them on a piece of gold, especially when you're in the water with the current and all, if you lock it on the piece of gold, if you slip or whatever, you don't lose your gold. And then a small chisel and a hammer, the pry bar, thin blade crevice tool, a bottle for your gold, and a snuffer bottle with a long straw so you can get down in those crevices and get those little pieces. And even though we're sniping, I always take a gold pan with me. Okay, well basically that's all I'm taking in, that and some camera gear. I gotta be in Jeff's in 20 minutes, so I gotta get moving. So we'll see you on the road. Well, we made it down to the river. Jeff's over there getting a drink of water right now. It was, sun's not even on us yet, and it's already warm. And there's been some big changes in the river that we've been noticing along the way. Like right now, where I have the camera setting is sitting on a gravel bar that it used to be, I don't know, 8-10 feet deep. It's laid in a huge gravel bar in here that never used to be here. So hopefully this gravel that's here has come from the area we want to look and expose some more bedrock. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to get suited up, and then from here we have to swim to get on up. Just out in the creek, seeing if this suit's got any holes in it. And from this point, we got to swim upstream. We got maybe 100 yards to go, so we're going to pack everything up and head on upstream. Well, finally made it up to where we're going to do our prospecting. We're going to be working this section of creek right here, and it looks pretty good. It looks like things have moved around since last year, so hopefully it opened up some new crevices for us. Jeff stopped on the way up to clean a crevice. I was packing the camera gear, so I had to stay out of the water. So I'm going to jump in right now and get to the good crevices before he gets up here. Let's go get wet. I just finished cleaning out a boil hole, and normally I don't really go for the boil holes, but there was enough metal in this one that I had to go all the way to the bottom. But I wanted to show you real quick the metal and the gold I got out of this boil hole. This is the metal that come out of that boil hole. An old gear. There's all kinds of big, heavy chunks of iron. I mean, there was quite a bit of iron in that boil hole. But this is the one that made me keep going. Okay, let me show you the gold. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to show it, but there is a ton of lead that I got out of that hole. There's that's a nice little chunker there. I wanted to show you this. This is the first piece I found. Found this in a crevice. That's a nice little piece. But so far, that's the biggest piece we got. So we're not doing all that hot today. Just still out there sniping. We're not doing so well. We found a few pieces, but there's still quite a bit of water, so it makes it really hard. And
and Jeff's still digging away out there. He found him a spot that has a current, a little easier to work. It's after 6 now. Jeff and I just got changed out of the wetsuit, and we are both dog tired, and we still got one heck of a hike out of here. Today wasn't as good as we hoped for. We didn't get that much gold, but a little bit too much water. And the river's changed quite a bit. That's one thing I was kind of tickled we found out, that if the water will cut in half, I think we can get in and find some nice gold. But right now it's just too quick down in the gut of the river. So from this point, we're gonna pack up and head for the truck. And the odds are, I will see you in the morning.
We made it out, and yep, you guessed it, it's bright and early in the morning. That section of river has always been a pretty good river. The problem we came across, though, it was a successful trip. We came out with gold, but just too much water. We couldn't get to the gut of the river. You couldn't get down to where the nice gold was, and the spots we could get into that were in the in the heavier flow, there was just too much white water. You couldn't see what you were doing. Plus, when you got a lot of water like that, the gravel you fan has a tendency to turn around and come right back on you. So it makes it a little tougher because you got to fan it 3-4 times to get rid of it. But all in all, it was a good trip. The best part of it is I did beat Jeff, so my reputation's still intact. So let me show you what we got here in the gold. First thing we're gonna weigh is the little picker we got, and that is 1.62 grams. And then we'll add the rest of our gold on there. And we ended up with 2.7 grams. And I'm going to switch that over to penny weights because I understand that better. 1.74 penny weights. That's the good thing about sniping. There is no cleanup of the gold. It's clean. One thing I wanted to cover was at the beginning of this video, I forgot to mention on your snuffer bottle. You'll take this in the river with you because this is the way you pick up the fine pieces of gold. And you want to make sure you take some lead, but make sure the lead is the largest pieces you can get that'll fit in the bottle, so this thing is weighted down. Because while we were sniping 3 or 4 times, I lost this bottle. It washed away. But all I had to do was swim down to the first spot where the flow diminished, and there it was sitting there floating around. Plus, it's not a bad idea. I'm thinking about spray painting this thing bright red, so it's a little easier to find when that happens. Well, we're going to have to give that chunk of creek I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for the flow to come down before we can jump back in that thing, get to the gut of it. That's where the good gold is on that creek. You got to get to the bottom. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to use that as an excuse to go up into the high country. We've had several 100-degree days already, and it's a heck of a lot cooler at the 6,000 foot level, and I love that high Sierras. There's a couple of spots I want to go to look for old bottles. There's a couple of creeks that I want to go check out. There's one hillside in particular I've already tried twice to get to that I want to metal detect, and I'm thinking maybe the 3rd time's the charm on that one. Plus there's an old cabin site that an old miner showed me, I'm guessing 25, 30 years ago. And I remember how to get there, but I haven't been in there since he showed me, and the metal detector I had back then was basically a toy compared to what's available now. So that's one I'm kind of chomping at the bit to get into also. If you enjoyed the video and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you hit the little bell up in the corner, you'll also get notification when I put up a video. Right now, I got to jump in the truck and make a run up the hill because I promised you guys a video and I need an old beer can so I can do that video. And I know a spot where I have found them in the past, but that was 10 years ago. So I'm not too sure about it. So I better get looking because I owe you a video. So right now, I'm going to head out of here. So you guys have a wonderful day.